The kind folks over at Foscam reached out to me again recently and asked if I was interested in taking a look at another one of their wireless IP cameras. Normally I would have said, wow, I've got entirely too many cameras at this point, I don't need another one, but this one kind of caught my attention. It is, as you can see, a wireless IP camera, but it has built-in pan and tilt. You may be able to see it there on the back. It does mention a 300-degree pan and a 100-degree tilt. So I thought we'd go ahead and open this up, take a look at what comes in the package, get it set up, and give it a quick test, and just see how it works. So inside of the box, there you go, right on top is the camera, but we'll put that off to the side for the moment. Down here you have a little Foscam cloud service information, a little remote installation card, I guess if you need some assistance setting it up, and two little boxes in the bottom, one containing what looks to be the wireless antenna, and a little stand for it of some sort, and this one I would assume is the power brick. There you go, it has a barrel connector on it, and I don't know if you can see that, but it does mention it outputs 5 volts at 2 amps. Also in this little box, you've got an installation guide, you've got the product CD with all the installation stuff and user manual. You have a sticker talking about the 24-hour surveillance, as well as a security warning. And finally, just some mounting anchors if you want to stick this up on the wall. As far as the camera itself, it does come completely covered in plastic, including plastic on the lens itself. There you go. So here you can see on the front that 110-degree field of view lens. On the top it appears to be a speaker, and actually it looks like there's one on the back as well. There's an Ethernet port down here at the bottom of the back, place where you can screw in the antenna, some notification LEDs and some activity LEDs, as well as that power plug. Very, very nice to see. Micro SD card slot on the side. And then there's all sorts of username and password information on the bottom, as well as 3 little rubber feet, and what appears to be a tripod mount. I'm thinking maybe I was wrong about this before. Maybe this is the wall mount. Yeah, that does look like it's working correctly. So if you do choose to use this over Wi-Fi, you can also mount it to the wall using this plate. For me, I'll probably just have it sitting on a table, so this is how it will end up looking for me. But at this point, I think it's ready to go ahead, get it plugged in, and get it all set up. So at this point, let's go ahead and plug in the camera. It'll plug in there, and then we'll plug it into the wall. As you can see, it does have a red light on the back right now, and it's moving. That's very cool to see. Just testing its limits, I would assume.
Ready for Wi-Fi configuration.
It says that it's ready. That's got a really wide range of motion. So at this point, let me go ahead and I've got the Foscam app on my phone. If you want to see anything about setting this up, you can always watch the previous Foscam videos I've done. But it says scan the QR code on your camera. So from the bottom, I can tap here, and on the bottom of the camera, there's a QR code. And it does seem to have found it. I've added the Wi-Fi configuration, and we should be connected now. Now it's just a matter of the camera app actually updating. Oh, it says logging in, saving data. Well done, go to your device list. Here at the very top, it does show the R2. Tap on this and get a live view of it. And after providing username and password info, there we go. We're now looking through the camera. And you should see, yeah, it is working appropriately. Let's see, first off, we have listen and talk. So if I hit that, it should start doing something. Yep, I can hear it making noise. We're gonna turn that off real quick. Don't want it to echo the whole time. But we've also got take a picture. It just took one. Make a video. It's now recording. You can see it is counting. So while I do this in front of it, you'll see, wow, that's decently high quality there. Stop recording. And we can go back and look at that in just a minute. Here's our pan and tilt options. These have been grayed out on every other camera I've tried. But now I can actually move around the room. That's nifty. Look down, look up, and then that button should recenter it. And you can zoom in a little bit. You can zoom in a pretty decent amount. Let's zoom back, look back down. We'll just look over toward the corner. Yeah, that's got a decent amount of zoom to it. Then we'll recenter again. Now, recentering does not remove all the zoom, so I'm having to zoom back out manually. But that's not a big deal. Also, we have this button, which does presets. Oh, these are presets to help where it's going to move to. And then, it moves it around in certain ways. Very nice. And then there's cruise. Hello. I gotta say, some really neat pan and tilt features in there. And then there's day and night. You see you've got auto night vision. You can also set it to open, close, and schedule. So open puts it in night vision mode. Close puts it back to normal. Auto, of course, does it whenever it needs to do it. And schedule, just whenever you tell it to do it. But let's go ahead and go to open and we'll see what it looks like. There it is, night vision mode. And we'll set it back to auto. Here you have image rotation if you want it to be rotated another way, and HD or smooth, what sort of image quality you want. And actually if we step back out, you can see right here, it's got an alarm message, motion detected alarm. You've also got system alarms if there's any, system messages. And it is giving me notifications every time it sees something. And there's that picture that we took earlier. There you go. We can also come in and look at the videos that we made earlier. And then if we go back out, we can hit this button to change the name of it if we want to do that. And then going back into the camera itself, there's a button up here where you can turn off all the alerts, which obviously I'm going to want to do while I'm sitting here especially, but you can set them scheduled to a certain date, a certain time. If you wanted it to happen while you're not there, there's also an HDR option if you're in a weird lighting scenario. You can kind of see it did make a change there. It does look a lot more dynamic. I don't know, a lot more HDR-like. It's sort of hard to describe. Alright, so here's a quick recording using the Foscam R2 camera. This is in normal mode, and I'm recording it using my OnePlus 2. I should be able to actually come in here while I'm doing this and pan the camera around. I can just up and down, left and right. I can even zoom in and out if I want to do that, but nobody wants to do that. I did a quick test earlier and just looked through some of the footage. It looks like the frame rate is not the best, but the picture quality looks pretty decent. And as we saw earlier, this is the HDR mode. But again, we can go back in there, lots and lots of options, as well as firmware upgrade, which that can apparently do. But you know what? That's probably going to be about all I have to say about this camera for the moment. As I said previously, there are different ways that you can mount this. You can obviously use it with an Ethernet cable if you want to do that, but it does have this included Wi-Fi connector if you want to use Wi-Fi. Much more convenient in my opinion. And you can mount it on the wall if you want to do that, but the pan, tilt, and zoom option is just great. Camera can be found on Amazon for about $150 right now, if this is something you're interested in. And compared to the other Foscam cameras I've used so far, in terms of having a good all-around camera, this comes packed with features. Really high quality video, the ability to pan and tilt, not a bad footprint either. So I think I would give this one a bit of a thumbs up, and apparently it likes to dance on its own. But like I said before, thanks so much to Foscam for sending this out for review. Thanks to you guys for watching. Remember to hit that thumbs up button below the video if you like this video, subscribe to receive more videos when they become available, and we'll see you again next time.